All right.
How was it tonight?
The quiz?
Yeah.
The quiz was easy. I got like one or two wrong, but most of them I like those toys from the 80s. I actually had the Rubik's Cube. I mean, who didn't have a Rubik's Cube back then? The Rubik's Cube I had, and Transformers. I was talking to Lashia about like having a collection. Like if I had known at 6 years old about keeping my He Man and GI Joe collection, I would have still had it. But no 6-year-old is thinking that, you know.
Yeah.
Which is why when we become adults, we go back and we buy some of those things, and we keep them in the boxes. You know.
Yeah, that's why I might start collecting Pokemon cards again, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Pokemon cards was huge. We still have it over here. You know.
Like I already got the UMTV rap cards and the rap pack
Yeah,
cards and shit too.
yeah, man. Those are classic.
Okay.
Kristen was good. Mike was good. Yeah, Mike was on
What's
the
up, buddy?
live, and Q. I saw Q in there and Sam.
What's up? I shared her video on my fucking community tab and shit.
Yes. So, what's your favorite GI Joe character? You have a favorite?
I don't fuck with you guys, yo.
Oh yeah, he's not into GI Joe. What? Not enough black people for you? My favorite was Storm Shadow. Like Storm Shadow when he was with Cobra, not when he went to the Joes. But Storm Shadow with Cobra, that was like always my favorite. That was Snake Eyes' brother.
Dope. What I am.
Yeah, man, it's great. Got to support all the black, all the people of color content on here.
Facts.
We don't see enough of them on here.
You know what album I want to talk about since we talked about this album?
Uh,
You fucked with Liz Fair?
oh yeah, yeah, I heard the list for you. I never listened to the album, but I remember when they used to be like on those like Lollapalooza festivals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it good?
I never heard the Exile and
No, that one?
Guyville album, but I want to check that shit out one day.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good.
Cause this album kind of reminds me of some songs on it.
Transformers. Oh yeah, Transformers. I love Transformers. Still love Transformers. Are you familiar with the jazz band Foreplay? I never heard of them.
They sound so familiar. Wait. That's the jazz group that did an album with Elder Bars, right, Ronnie? Oh yeah, now I'm familiar with them, Ronnie. Yeah.
49 blonde. You mean four non-blondes, not 49 blondes?
I'm weak. Okay. All right, man.
All right. Wow. Nah, I don't know foreplay, man. I never heard of them.
I'm back.
All right.
They only came out with one album, Q.
Facts. Linda didn't get along with her bandmates.
Oh wow.
Supposedly, that's allegedly. Allegedly, that's what happened. I don't want to spread rumors and she get mad at me. You know, she might be watching this review one day. You never know.
Right.
Like you see your boy Reg, I can't fuck with him. Yeah, I'm putting out rumors out there.
Oh yeah, Master P and Romeo are fighting and shit.
What's that about?
I think Romeo said some shit like Master P didn't really do a lot for him or some shit.
But are they doing that for the show? Cause you know they on Grown Up Hip Hop.
I don't know, man.
I think they're doing that for the show. Cause the new season is January. They might be doing that, so it's like false news, fake news. For Romeo to say that, I'm like, yo, your father's Master P is a multimillionaire. He put you on. You wouldn't be living lavish if it wasn't for him.
Why do black dads always argue with their kids on social media, like Brian McKnight, Kirk
Right.
Franklin?
It's their new. It's like the new outlet for these kids to speak out about, anything and what they feeling, and they know people gonna watch them. Back in the day, you had like if you had an issue, they would tell you to call up a 1-800 hotline and talk to some stranger. Now you can talk to a whole bunch of strangers worldwide through social media and tell them
Right.
that you hate your parents or whatever.
I hate you.
I hate you, Dad.
Fuck you, Dad.
Even though I live in this big ass mansion all my life, you ain't shit. Try. I don't understand them. I never had a father in my life. There was no dad in my life except for my grandfather, and me and him were like best friends. So I can't relate to when they bitch and complain about, oh, well, my dad wasn't there for me, but your dad put you in that mansion all your life.
Right.
They just sound like some spoiled rich kids. It's crazy. They didn't get their ass beat. Brian McKnight ain't beat his kids enough.
He's too busy beating the pussy up real good.
Yeah.
The
Same thing with
fact that
Master
I
P.
was
Master
half
P.
asleep and we did that Shadow B is so crazy. Hey, Reggie.
Master P ain't beat his kids enough.
I'm gonna start in about 5 more minutes.
All right.
Then Pusha T dropped from Good Music.
Did he get dropped or did he leave?
I mean, yeah. Excuse me. He left.
So him and Kanye ain't talking right now.
Allegedly.
Boy,
He said Kanye don't own him.
He just pissing off everybody. it's one thing if you piss off, you know, the government and shit, you piss off the Kardashians, but now you pissing off people that you signed. I don't get it. And you
Especially like
had
I
peace
don't.
with that one dude that was in his corner. Like now you pissing him off. That dude is nuts.
I thought that was your boy.
I love Kanye as an artist, but his personal life is messy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't get into like these artists' personal lives because what they do in their personal life don't you have to separate that from their music.
Right.
I just don't understand. Like you talk shit about Big Sean, you talk shit about Talib, you talk you wait he basically well did he I don't want to say he threw Common under the bus. He said Common was better than Talib or something like that.
Think some shit like that.
Well, discography wise I do agree with, but you know, like these are all artists that he worked with that was like down with him. Now you like pissing all of them off and push a T now? That doesn't make sense. You know. So who's next? Pharrell? You know? He's not gonna have nobody else. Like he's basically gonna be like a man on the island by himself. You know. You talk shit about Jay in the past and they made up and supposedly, you know, who knows? He might flip on Jay
Being
again.
Kanye.
You know what I'm saying? I really at this point
Yeah.
I don't know what Kanye issue is, and it's like you're a you're a multimillionaire. What do you have to bitch about? You know what I'm saying? Like what is the issue? I don't get it.
I bet you
Hmm?
he gonna go to drink champs again and shit.
I didn't even watch the first one. But I don't care to hear Kanye rant about shit for like 2 hours, yo. We've already seen that from him. It's boring now. You know. Can you actually drop a album that people love? You know, good ass job. You never dropped that album. Can you actually drop that? It's been a long time since he had a classic album. He ain't dropped nothing classic since Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was 2010.
Right.
He's dropping like half ass shit and he's making all the noise in the world about bullshit. I don't care to hear him. Kanye was good.
Yeah, Kanye is just a mess right now.
Like, this dude is everywhere on CNN, CNBC, everywhere, and it's for everything other than music. You know what I'm saying? From selling his clothing line in trash bags at department stores to going at Trump or you know he wants to run for election and who's voting for Kanye? Look, I will never vote again ever if Kanye West is gonna run for an election. I will never vote again ever. I promise you that. You
That's
want you
funny.
want to you want to get people in the hood to vote. You can't have crazy people like Kanye running for an election.
I agree. But you know these motherfuckers.
He's going on drink champs and calling people out, and we've already seen all this. This is a tired act, yo. I don't care to talk about all that. It doesn't do nothing for me.
It's like wash, rinse, repeat.
Huh? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a great artist. I love him. Great artist. But all that other shit that don't have to do with music is like I don't care. Like you divorcing Kim Kardashian could kill less, you know. All this crazy shit that he's talking about is like I don't get it. Slavery was a choice. He said some shit like that.
Yes, that's what he said.
Slavery was that should be the biggest thing people should be mad at. Slavery was a choice.
But now they let it slide because they say he's
Right.
bipolar.
Because it's like it's like he's anytime he speaks, it's like he one ups what he said the last time. You know, it's like what more outrageous shit could you keep saying?
The whole Hitler thing was that's what people got mad about the most.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like what more could he say after that? You don't piss the Jews off, so what more can you do after that? You know. I love Kanye West, I do, but if you're a fan of Kanye West, just ignore anything that has to do with his personal life. I think that'll be the way for people to still like him. Just enjoy his art and forget about what he do in his personal life because he's already losing like fans over this outrageous stuff that he says. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm able to still fuck with Kanye. I just don't I ignore everything that he does that he's doing in his personal life and what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about a new album, that's when I want to hear it. I want to hear new music. I don't care about what outrageous shit he had to say or who's he divorcing. Kill us. It had nothing to do with me. Same with R. Kelly. Exactly, Ronnie. Same with R. Kelly. R. Kelly, great artist, a legend. What he did in his personal life, that's for him to deal with, and he's dealing with it now. That's how you separate the art from the person.
All right, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
So,
You hear me?
yeah.
All right. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Monday? It's your boy Reg in the building.
I got my homeboy Try with me.
It's good.
Today we are going to talk about alternative rock group 4 Non Blondes. We're going to talk about their first and only album, Bigger, Better, Faster, and More. This came out on October 13th, 1992 on, Interscope Records. This group consists of members Linda Perry on lead vocals, Wanda Day on drums, Shauna Hall on lead guitar, Krista Hillhouse on bass and backing vocals, Don Richardson on drums, Roger Roque on lead guitar, and Louis Medior on lead guitar. Hold on, wait a minute. Actually, scratch that. The main members are Linda Perry on vocals, Krista Hillhouse on bass guitar, Don Richardson on drums, and Roger Roque on lead guitar. Shauna Hall was an additional musician and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? Singles I was known for are Dear President, What's Up, Spaceman, and Superfly. This was produced by David Tickle. David Tickle, he was a popular producer at that time. He did that song from this one hit wonder called The Divinyls called I Touch Myself.
I remember that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
You know, he did some work with Splint Ends and shit too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's pretty out there. So yeah, how did you get into 4 Non Blondes?
Well, I know the song. The hit single from this album that we'll talk about. The song I know because You know, I was during the MTV era in the '90s, and I watched a lot of MTV, and discovering a lot of those rock groups at that time, like Four Non Blondes and Nirvana, Luscious Jackson, a lot of those groups, Liz Fair. Um, I don't know their background like that. I know some things about Linda because she branched once she left the group and became a solo artist, and she became like a big producer in pop and rock and was a songwriter, and she wrote a lot of stuff for like Pink, her early hits, and Christina Aguilera, and you know um I know her for like her songwriting and her producing, and I remember her from this group. But I mean, I don't know. I wasn't like a. They only had one album. I wasn't like a huge fan of theirs. As I heard the album. I just heard this album last night actually. But I remember they played the song. I had recently got a speaker for for Christmas, and I have Pandora, and one of the rock stations I have on Pandora, they played the song. And I remember the song. I'm like, oh, I remember this song, and I just thought, let me hear the album. I never heard the album before, and it was on their only album. And I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this album, and this album was huge for them. It went like what 5 million, and it was
Yeah,
their own
right.
album, and then they broke up after that. And Linda allegedly, Linda like left the group because she wasn't interested in being in a group setting, and she wanted to be a solo artist. And she had like she had like a rocky childhood and upbringing, and you know she went solo, and it was really when she was with the group that when they got signed to Interscope was already trying to court her into like a solo deal when they signed an album deal for the group. So that's how like early on he already had aspirations of being a solo artist, because once they signed the deal with Interscope, you had like Interscope executives trying to sign her already to a solo deal. So she wasn't committed to Four Non Blondes at all. She was already thinking being out on her own, because she's been on her own basically all her life, and you know when she came out with her first solo album, it flopped. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really made her go into producing and songwriting for other artists, and she was successful at that. I remember when Pink came out with Misunderstood. That's one of her best albums, and that was like the album that she first came out with after she left Arista. I mean, after she left LaFace, and she told L.A. Reid that she's not R&B, like she's rock. And once she hooked up with Linda Perry and came out with you know uh, uh Get the Party Started and all that's when she blew up. You know what I'm saying? I was on that street team with Pink. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for Christina Aguilera. When her second album came out for Stripped, Linda Perry was on that album. A lot of those big hits, Beautiful and Let's Get Dirty and all that. Like Christina went like 8 million with her Stripped. She got a Grammy for that album, and that's all because of Linda Perry. So Linda Perry, I knew for her songwriting and producing. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Four Non Blondes, like I've heard stories or whatever. They shouldn't get along with the group, and the group had issues, and they had kicked out one of the female guitarists for a guy because the record company felt like it was at that time it wasn't like popular to come out as a lesbian or gay artist, so they kind of like didn't make it a thing, and they bought a guy guitarist in the group or whatever. But as far as like everything else, I don't know the whole full background of the group. I just know I've heard some things about them and wanted to check out the album, whatever. So
Right. Yeah, honestly, I heard that song, like that's her single, What's Up all my fucking life.
yeah.
Well, not all my life, in recent years.
Hmm.
Because it used to always play my fucking job. And I'm just like, yo, what is this
Right.
fucking song? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It definitely sounds like something that was released 92, 91, that alternative rock stage and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is actually the first time I'm actually hearing this album and shit too. So yeah, let's get the shit started. For those who don't know who Linda Perry is, oh excuse me, the Four Non Blondes are, they're a rock group based off San Francisco, to say the least and shit. You know what I'm saying? Christina Hillhouse and Shauna Hall, they were already roommates and they met one a day, and that's when they wanted to really start a group and everything like that. And Linda Perry actually met Shauna Hall when they were working at a nightclub in San Francisco. Excuse me. And they were looking for a singer, the group. That's when Linda Perry said that she was a singer, and they pretty much had that first rehearsal, a couple of days later and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? The reason why they called themselves Four Non Blondes was because, when they were performing at the Bay Area and stuff like that, there was pretty much like a trash receptacle with a piece of pizza on top, and one of the kids that was there wanted to pick it up, and the mom was like, "Don't pick it up because it's dirty," and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, the mom took like a look at the girls because they were like non-blondes and stuff like that, and the girls thought, and the reason why they said they were dirty was because they thought like the girls were like homeless or some shit like that, because there was pictures and stuff like all around and whatnot, and that's pretty much why they got called that and stuff, and because California had that perception of blondes and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they pretty much had a following with lesbian bars and lesbian following and stuff like that. It's like you mentioned, Linda Perry being a lesbian, and in 1991 they had signed to Interscope Records after they had performed and opened for Premise at the Gavin convention, and there was already some friction before the album was released. For one, Wanda Day was fired, and she was replaced by Don Richardson and shit like that. And pretty much the producer Danby Tickle, he pretty much got into it with like Shauna Hall's guitar playing and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And he pretty much didn't like the guitar playing, so he let her all out of the band as well. So that's when they brought in Louis Matoya to finish up and overdub some of the guitar work and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So long and behold, in 1992, that's when this album had came out and shit. So yeah. So yeah, this is the album cover right here. Has like a fucking train and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This album has about 11 tracks. So let's get this shit started. Track number 1, Train. This is a pretty dope song to start the album. Definitely love the usage of the train and stuff. I'm not the train. Excuse me, the harmonica on this. It definitely had like a very folk roxy kind of sound and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounded like some. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, you good? Pretty much, the reason why they called it train and stuff like that was because the train was supposed to represent like a new phase in one's life and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
It sounded like some country folk rock type of record.
Right.
And you had like harmonicas on it and the guitars, and Linda's singing, what you gonna do, child, when your mama goes away? She won't take you, and she'll leave you astray, and you're searching for the train. And then you had like a little sound of like a train coming in the beginning of the song.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a very dope song and shit. Track number 2 we got is Superfly. This is a very dope track as well too. Very, very, very good song. You know what I'm saying? Love the instrumentation and the drums on the song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had that alternative rock feel. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to this song, from what I looked up, you know what I'm saying, the reason why I called it Superfly was it was like a term that like a lot of kids in like California had used to represent like something that was dope or desirable and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much shooting your shot with someone who you've been like trying to get with and stuff like that too. So this was a pretty dope song. I liked it.
I didn't like it. It sounded like something Aerosmith would do.
Oh wow.
I didn't care for it.
I mean like 90s Aerosmith or just
Not
like
like
Aerosmith?
it was, yeah, it was like Aerosmith in the period of like, crazy. Like it
Oh
sounded
god.
like one of those. And I know you don't care for that Aerosmith, right?
Nah.
Yeah, it sounded like that version of Aerosmith. I was just like, nah, this is like a Aerosmith knockoff. You know,
Understandable. All right, track number 3, What's Up? Now this was a song that pretty much I didn't even know they actually did this song and stuff like that until I was listening to this album and
right?
stuff, you know what I'm saying? This might be considered like their signature track and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? To be real with you, this song was originally supposed to be called What's Going On, but they didn't want it to be confused with the Marvin Gaye song of the same name and stuff. And this song actually has like a lot of like history behind before the group even formed, like especially with like Linda Perry and what's her name, Krista Hillhouse. You know, when they were at time and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? They were working on this track and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Which was one of the loves for music that they pretty much had. And Linda Perry, she said she didn't like the song's production and
Yeah,
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And she pretty much had a demo version and stuff that she really wanted to express to Jimmy Iovine to use a demo version over David Tickle's version and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So David Tickle's version was never released, but they did play it on Linda Perry's Behind the Music episode and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, very dope song. One of my favorite songs off this album. The way she was singing this song and stuff was pretty dope. Like that. Hey, 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 what's going on?
what's
I've heard
going
that
on?
in a lot of movies and places,
Yeah.
and so I never knew it was actually them that did this track right here. So yeah, this is a very iconic song right here.
Now, so supposedly, when like, sh- I think David had gotten the production credit, but she's saying that it was actually her that went into the studio with the group and did over the song because she didn't like the other version that came out, and she felt like it was too pop.
Yeah, yeah,
And Interscope loved it, and I think that was part of the reason why she left the group was because like the group now they sold like 5 million with this album. People know that song, and it was a pop song to her, and she's like they're not a pop group, so she was like she wanted
right,
to get away from that whole pop label on them, and she went into the studio with the group and did the track on her own, and she was like she produced it, not David, but people feel like he produced it, and she was like she wanted to get that clear that that she's the one that produced it. But it's a classic song. It's a very iconic, a great. The chorus is very infectious, and I love the beat and the guitars on it. And even if you're not a fan of them, I think people would still like the song because it has like a message behind it too. So it was great.
right. Yeah, it's definitely one of those songs like you can play like in a drive, like a Sunset Drive and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Track number 4, Pleasantly Blue. Yeah, this one was another dope track. This one took a more bluesy kind of feel to it. Definitely reminds me of something like the Black Crows would have done at that time. It's talking about like depression. A person whose partner was going through some depression and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And she's pretty much come to accept the depression as normal and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a songbook track right here. Very dope. I love it.
I like the the subject matter on the song, and I think a lot of people could relate to it. I don't like the sound of the track. It just sounds too bluesy and country for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you said Black Crows, and I never liked the Black Crows except for like maybe one or two songs that they did. But that whole
Understandable.
like you know Dave Matthews Band, that's another group I didn't care for, and
I
that
hate it.
whole
I hate
blues.
them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that whole, what is it, like blues rock or whatever. I didn't care for that.
Yeah.
But I like the whole subject matter because Linda went through a lot when she was young and when she was a teenager, and that forced her to like move to San Francisco, and which is how she met the other girls of Four Non Blondes, and she didn't care, and on top of that she was battling her coming out as a lesbian, and you know um I think she put all of herself into this album, and it showed on a lot of these songs.
Understandable. Yes, yes. Yeah, man. She just pretty much put her whole soul on this fucking project and shit. She pretty
Yeah,
much felt like she didn't get her rightful due.
right.
Alrighty. Next track is Morphine and Chocolate. One of my favorite songs on this album as well too. You know what I'm saying? This is just another like drug addiction and
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? From what I looked up, the title was inspired by this 1983 book called From Chocolate to Morphine, which is pretty much like a book about like different effects that substances have on you, legal, legal and illegal. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. It definitely has that kind of song. It kind of reminds me of like that song by this group called Marcy Underground called Six and Candy from
I,
that
I
time
know that
period.
song too. That was a big hit
Yeah,
also.
that was a dope track. I love that one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one was again another dope song, one of the heaviest songs on this album, and also, in my opinion, one of the best vocal runs on this album too.
I like the beat. I don't. I mean, it was cool. I never heard of that combination of morphine and chocolate. And that's an actual thing? Like, do people do that?
I don't even know, to be real with you.
I I thought the beat was fire.
Yeah. Next track we got is Spaceman. Um, this was an okay track. It wasn't really one of my favorites off this album, to be real with you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this track right here, it had like a very lighthearted kind of feel to it. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Um,
Um, Songwriting wise, it's still a good song, but not really one of my favorites.
I like the beat was good. The guitar play on it was fine. I didn't know what she was singing about, but
Same.
yeah, it was sometimes I think you might get lost in some of these songs. Like, what is she actually singing about? But it sounded fine though.
Yeah, I definitely see your point about that. Um, Next track we got is "Oh Mr. Heifer." Now this is another song with a more of a rockabilly feel to it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much about Linda Perry taking a drunk and she confronted this young couple and pretty much she chased him down and then she ended up meeting one of the fathers who referred to himself as Mr. Heifer and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Again, this song was okay. Not a bad song, but not really one of my favorites either.
It sounded too 50ish for me.
Yeah, I did.
It sounded like like the Happy Days era. It just sounded way too 50ish for me.
Ba, 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 ba,
Yeah,
ba, ba, ba. Like that
that
kind of shit.
that's that. What you call it, rockabilly? That's a thing, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much the
Yeah,
shit Elvis, Buddy Holly was
right.
doing, all that shit.
Rockabilly, yeah, like rockabilly, right? It sounded like that.
Yeah. Track number 8, Calling All the People. Love this fucking record right here, in my opinion. Another very heavy track. lovely vocal and guitar work and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This was definitely one of the two political tracks on this album that I fucked with. So yeah,
I didn't like this song.
you say you didn't like it?
Nah, didn't like this. I don't know. It was just the, and it's not even the. I think a lot of these songs, it's either it's the what is the message that you're giving out to this, or, in the song, or just the actual production. I didn't care for, but I didn't care for this one.
Understandable. Track number 9, Dear Mr. President. Self-explanatory. This was like a letter to the president at that time. I want to, yeah, this was a letter to George H.W. Bush. You know what I'm saying? But actually, Krishna Hillhouse said it was not written about him, and it was just like it was more like an abstractual way of referring to somebody who just to get the problems out the way and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's not like anybody. It's not like a lot of people weren't writing songs about Bush at that time too.
Right.
Like point example on Paris on the Sleeping with the Enemy album, he did a song Bush Killer and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which that was a very dope song.
Right.
Pretty dope political song right here.
Now she's saying that well, they're saying that the song wasn't written about George Bush, but
Yeah.
you're talking about problems of the world and the leaders. Who was the leader of the free country? The president. He was the president at that time, and supposedly, like, they have radio stations in Texas that wasn't playing this record because
Oh wow.
of what they were saying regarding. They felt like they were taking shots at George Bush. George Bush wasn't no great president. Neither was his son. So let's be real about that. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So when Kanye goes on a telethon and says George Bush don't care about black people, he was right. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they can say all that they want, but if this song is about you, it's called Mr. President, dear Mr. President, and you're talking about the leaders of the world that with all these problems in it, the leader of the world is the president. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about him, but they just didn't say his name. But I loved it. I thought it was a great track. It was melodic at times. Yeah, it was like a rock ballad with a serious message. The guitar play was great. You had Linda Perry singing, "I'm looking outside of my window. The view that I see is a child and a mama, and the child is begging for money." And I thought it was right there. She talking about people being homeless in this country. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was a great track. And I like when artists they stood for something and they took a stand against the president. You know what I'm saying? And many artists have done that, and it was great.
Right. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Tragedy Gaddafi when he did Arrest the President, I think wasn't that a bit about Bush too?
Right? Yes. That's
Yeah,
definitely.
that was another dope song right
You
there.
know. Yeah. Eminem with Marsh. That was about the president too.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, that
And
was about George's
yeah,
son.
George Bush wasn't no great president. He took us to war, the Desert Storm War, '91. He was in office when that happened. You know.
Right. Honestly, I'd rather have Bush than Trump. Honestly.
I'd rather have none of them in office. Not Bush or Trump. Give me back Obama.
Yes. Yes. Next track, Drifting. Again, this is one I didn't really care too much for this track right here. I felt like it was a bit too soft, a bit too polished compared to what was also happening with this album and stuff like that too, in my opinion. So
I like rock songs like this when it's done right, when it's like just the singer and the acoustic guitar behind them. I felt like if the album was more like this, it would have been better for me. But I actually like this song. I thought it was a beautiful song.
oh wow, okay. And the last track, No Place Like Home. This song sounds a bit too Red Hot Chili Peppers for me.
It do. It do. That's exactly what I wrote down. It sounds too much like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And I love Red Hot Chili Peppers and shit like that, but I don't know. I feel like this is something the label kind of want. It's not a bad song, but sound wise, that bass has like a very
Right.
flea-ish kind of
Yes.
vibe and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
You might as well had featured the whole group on the song with them because I'm like, this is Anthony Kiedis right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think about the song.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I feel like it was definitely Red Hot Chili Peppers ish type of track. You know, why not feature them on the album with you? Why or give the song to them? They would have did better. You know?
Yeah, and that's all the album overall. This is actually not a bad album. To be real with you, this is not a bad album. I personally felt like this album pretty much was just definitely something that was definitely released in '92. I felt like this had like a very unique kind of sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Not definitely grungy, but at the same time has like a lot of elements to it to make it a worthwhile listen. You know what I'm saying? Due to like a lot of like backstage tension and stuff like that. This ended up being the only album that they ever came out with, but I feel like it's still like a worthwhile purchase. I'll give this album 4 mics.
I like some songs on here, not everything. Um, What's Up is like the biggest song on here. I love Dear Mr. President and Drifting. It is a lot of the other songs. I just didn't. I couldn't get into it. It felt like they were trying to be somebody they wasn't. They were trying to be Without Chili Peppers or Aerosmith or you know what I'm saying. I just wanted better, production. I don't think we got that. But a lot of the songs were sounded personal and they were deep. You know, I don't know. It just wasn't the album just wasn't for me. But I like certain songs on here. But Linda Perry's a legend. She's a great artist. I just wish we had gotten more from the group. Just one album is not enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, would you say that they were still trying to find their sound with this album and shit?
I think there was a power struggle going on. It was a lot of egos because if you like like stories from the other members, they felt like Linda had a big ego already, and they felt like she was already like focusing on her solo career, which is what she wanted to do anyway. And it was like I felt like it was like, and then like the record label stepping in and getting rid of one of the female guitarists for a male guitarist, and I don't know. I think they could have definitely been great with more albums, but maybe with a different. It might not have been with Linda Perry. It might have been like with a different leader. But it's always tough to judge off of just one album because so you never know.
Right. So I was thinking about doing a clash review and shit.
Right.
I don't know. Lately, I've been in a Clash mood lately, but
I see.
I'm not going to start with the first album. I'm going to start with the comeback rock album with Rock the Casbah and shit.
Rock the Casbah.
Uh,
I know that song from them.
yeah. Now, granted, that's not my favorite Clash album. I'm more of a Sandinista kind of nigga, but I have a lot of interesting things to say about that album. I'm probably going to do that one next week.
Okay. Got the Clash and Liz Phair coming up.
Yeah, Liz Phair might be 2023.
All right.
I'm trying to do. I might go on the record probably in the next 2-3 weeks, maybe.
Should I stay or should I go? That's another great one.
I love that song. Shit,
that one is on the that one I had to learn how to play that one on when you play Rock Band. That's in the Rock Band game.
If I stay there, will be trouble.
Yeah.
But if I stay there, will be double. I was like, this song's hot though.
Yeah.
But my favorite song they've ever done, Broadway from Sandinista.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, not scratch that. Yeah, actually, no, that is my favorite song. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking sad because like their breakup, man, is so fuck. Probably one of the worst breakups in rock music history, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, rest in peace, Joe Strummer. Oh, shit. Black Flag on Metallica. Ooh, probably Metallica for me on their best day.
Not for me.
Simpson, my favorite song from the Clash is Magnificent Seven. I love that song. That was a dope beat too.
Right.
You heard that new Absol record yet?
Nah, I know you was talking about it the whole weekend.
That shit is fire.
I didn't listen to it. I listened to a couple. I listened to the Apathy, new Apathy album. It was dope. Jay Kiss is on that.
Oh wow.
I listened to what else? There's a bunch of albums I was listening to. Your old Droog, he got something out.
You heard Coogee Rap's album yet?
That one I heard that was decent. I like the single he did with AZ and 38 Special.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, J. Rue got a new album. I didn't care for it too much though.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
J. Wu.
He got to get back with Primo. We need a new Primo and J. Rue album.
I could have sworn they patched things up too.
They did, but we need a new album from them though. Just patching things up is like, yo, get in the damn studio. Ransom and V Don. That's a fire album.
What about the Mount Westmore?
No,
Mount Westmore album?
I didn't care for that album.
See, I told you it wasn't really that good.
Nah, I don't know what they're trying to do, but yeah, you didn't achieve it on that album. Sizzler re-released one of his albums from like 25 years ago. That's a dope one. Alchemist released something. Well, he released it's called Sandwich, but it's like with new tracks. But he had like the EP out before, the Lunch Meat EP, but he had like new tracks on it now. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing with that Mount Rushmore album.
Yeah, like I said, I tried to give it a chance. I don't know. I was like, what is this?
No.
It was asking me top 3 songs from London Calling. On top of my head, Lost in the Supermarket, the title track, and then probably Brand New Cadillac.
Do you think Pulp Fiction is overrated? What is that?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what the hell is Paul?
Like, we want to ask, what is he talking about? I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I think he means Pulp Fiction.
At this point, who knows what he's talking about?
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. He did the movie with Sam Jackson.
Is it overrated? That depends on who you ask. I don't think it's overrated. It's never been one of my favorite Tarantino films, but it's not overrated.
motherfucker. Fuck! Yeah, it's not only one of my favorite Tarantino movies like that, but I don't think it's overrated.
No. Yeah, I don't. It's not overrated.
It deserves its accolades.
George Michael or
Better
David Bowie.
Bowie.
I'm going with George. I don't know if Bowie could have did a Careless Whisper.
Well, I don't know if George can do the song. It's gonna be me.
He probably couldn't. Ray Sean said I asked my dad about why he dislikes Bruce Springsteen, and he said that Bruce acts like he's better than everyone else.
I agree.
Well, he act like that. I never got that feeling from him.
That's probably one of the main reasons why he disbanded the E Street Band for a while and shit like that.
Because he acts like he's better than everyone else.
I've heard people say that over years. Yeah. I never cared for his ass anyway.
I like a couple songs from him, but that's about it. I never got that about Phil Collins either. Where's all this coming from? Where's all these people that saying this stuff?
I never liked Phil Collins like that anymore.
Phil Collins is great. I never got that from Phil Collins. I mean, maybe they was back when they were younger. I don't think they're like that now.
I might watch the movie tonight.
Ray Sean, you're wasting your time asking Q that question anyway. You don't know who Bruce Springsteen is. Now, if you ask him about Tupac, he could tell you everything about Pac. Yeah, everything outside of Pac, you're wasting your time asking him. Do you like Kenny G? Do you like Kenny G?
Yeah, I was playing Smash Brothers for a little bit. I actually turned it off so I can get ready to watch this movie. I'm trying to do a DJ video Saturday, hopefully. Actually, not scratch. Maybe Friday. Maybe Friday.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram.
Jim Jones. I don't care to listen to a whole Christmas album with Jim Jones. He doesn't strike me as an artist that would talk about Santa Claus coming down somebody's chimney.
After that first Christmas song I heard from Dipset years ago, I'm like, hell no.
I'm gonna skip that.
I'm like,
you let me know how it is, Power. Let me know how it is.
Ooh, I can't wait before we got planned for Wednesday. Oh shit.
Favorite Super Mario Brothers character? Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
Death Row actually did it right with that Christmas album, though. No, I'm not a fan of Kenny G. Christmas in Hollis. That's a great Christmas song. One of the best.
Wi-Fi was fucking up. What y'all talking about?
Charlie Parker? No.
You said who?
Miles Davis. Charlie Parker?
Charlie Parker or Miles Davis?
Sam is
Mm.
asking me, do I like him?
Yeah. Both of them are dope. Oh shit. Now this is the game I fucking like. Hold up. Yes, motherfucker. I'm gonna download this motherfucker. Yes. Sorry, I had a video game moment. Excuse me. They finally did a Pokemon ROM for the Orange Islands and shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir. So I said, yes, motherfucker. If I can get this
Did
shit
you?
work, I might play this shit.
Yeah, they Ash is retiring.
Yeah, after like 80 years and shit.
Right? That's like 30 years as a trainer. You should have kids by now and shit.
This nigga say you should have kids by now. So Wednesday we're gonna talk about Two Shorts Can't Stay Away.
Is that the one where he came back out of retirement?
You said what?
Is that the one where he came back out of retirement?
Yeah. One of his most underrated, if you ask me.
He should be like 30 something now. She's been 25 years. You know,
But you know these cartoons don't age.
that's what I didn't like about The Simpsons. Like, Bart just stayed Bart forever. He didn't go to the college of Maggie. You know what I'm saying?
Kaya says, speaking of kids, what do y'all think about guys who babies with multiple
As
women?
long as long as I think, first of all, I think it's tacky. For me personally, I think it's tacky to go around and have different kids with different women because I wasn't raised like that, and neither was my grandparents. But if they're gonna do that, just be a good father to your kids. Be there for your kids. A lot of them ain't. We have a lot of deadbeat dads out there that's having multiple, kids with different women, and they're not there for their children. But to me, I believe like if you have a baby mother, that should be more than your baby mother. She should be your wife. You lay down and have kids with another woman, you should marry her, not just go around and have different kids with different women. But that's just me.
That was some dope advice, brother.
Right now, that's the questions I like, Kyle. But do you think monogamy is dead, Reg?
Mm. Depending on the person, honestly.
I don't think it's dead. I think if you find that right person, you got to be with them. You know what I'm saying? Like it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to just sleep around, then monogamy is not something that you're looking for. But if you're looking to just settle down with one person, you know, then that's all that's about is just that one person you with. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, knee boy. Giants had a great win last night. When that's like a That win right there might solidify them in the postseason. You know, definitely. We got Minnesota coming up. We got to take care of them.
I said, hey, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? Shit, boy. Oh, shit, it does work, tits. Better cartoon character, Bart from The Simpsons or Charlie Brown? I have to go with Bart, honestly.
I love Charlie Brown. Bart, I love Bart. You know, he's Bart. And Charlie Brown, I grew up with more though.
Q said Too Short's last good album, in my opinion. We'll see. Q's asking, do you like Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller's hilarious. I love his films. Meet the Parents, that was hilarious. Night at the Museum, all of those films he was in. Top three songs in Purple Haze. The title track, first off, I love that. Title track was great. Killer Cam and damn, that's a good one. Maybe Get 'em Girls. I don't know. That whole album was great though, Sam. That's one of his best albums.
Y'all asking up really good questions, all right?
I like those questions, not the same shit that Q was asking me. Yeah, Purple Haze was great.
So apparently Megan Thee Stallion's bodyguard went missing the day he was supposed to testify.
Are they being paid off? It looked like they trying to like really mess up her case. Rank the Triple X trilogy movie. Triple X. The first one was cool. I didn't care for the one with Ice Cube in it. I didn't even see the third. They had the third one. I never saw it.
Yeah, I heard the one with Ice Cube wasn't that good.
That Samuel Jackson was in that one. Top three
Man.
from Philadelphia Freeway.
Yo, it's been years since I heard that album. I gotta look at the track list
Top
for that.
three.
Hold on.
Top three is um What We Do
Ooh,
and it's another good one that I like on here. Line 'em Up. Line 'em Up is dope. I heard Line 'em Up first before the album came out. And um damn. They got a lot of good ones on that one. I think about the joint he did with Mariah on that joint. I forgot the name of that joint.
on top of my head, I'm gonna go with What We Do, um, All My Life, and Victim of the Ghetto. But I gotta re-listen to that album. I haven't heard that album
All
in
My Life.
years.
That was the one. That's the one with Nate Dogg.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, All My Life was dope too. And the joint he did with Snoop, that one was fire also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I ain't gotta look out for I ain't gotta look at no album, nigga. I know this shit right up here. I ain't gotta pull out no albums and look at it.
Sure. Respect.
I know
said
Reggie
favorite
know
beat.
it. I'm just saying in general though. I ain't got to pull out no Wikipedia and look for this shit. I know this shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm not taking offense and shit. I mean, I like Freeway, but compared to like Beanie and stuff, like, I haven't really heard a lot from him.
I played that one a lot though. Like out of all the Freeway albums, that the first one I played a lot. The second one was good, had some joints on there, but it's the first one is his classic.
Right. Favorite Beanie Siegel album. Oh, that's easy to becoming.
Becoming the Truth. Those two.
Pretty much.
Reason was dope. Also the sophomore one.
Yeah, anything for those first three albums, you can easily say is a favorite. Q, you say you like the Solution album?
That's not a controversial thing because it wasn't good. Next AZ album, I didn't know he was dropping it. I thought he was done.
I told you.
You say he
Rappers
was retired? You said that last year. Oh, this is my last album.
These rappers never retire.
What's the point of them announcing that? Like, what is it supposed to get out of that? You know,
Publicity.
the whole album's not good. Go back and listen to it. No, nobody, his fans would even tell you that it wasn't a good album.
Y'all funny. I'm gonna stay on for like 5 more minutes. The Solution was released around the time that Rockefellers fell off. I wouldn't say they fell off because you still had Jay-Z's American Gangster. Kanye had dropped Graduation, which that was a very big seller for Rockefeller.
SDE is a classic.
Yeah, SDE, I gotta go with that one.
All I remember about the Solution was that Neptune's joint he did, and that didn't sound good.
You don't like a Neptune's joint?
Not for him. They could have get after Jay. He would have killed it.
I'm surprised.
Not for Beans. That song wasn't for him. That song should have been for Jay.
Knee to the last concert you went to.
Last concert was Master of Ceremony 2019. Before the pandemic hit. I haven't gone to no shows since COVID. No, I'm lying. Actually, I'm lying. Last summer, I went to see Smith and Wesson, Brand Nubian. Who else was there? Special Ed was there. It was a whole bunch of old schoolers. That's like the only show I've been to since the pandemic hit.
Last concert I went to was Method Man and Redman in DC like 2 years ago. I was supposed to have gone to the Cameron, Jadakiss, and Mace concert, but that shit got canceled, of course.
Right.
Because of ignorant motherfuckers.
No, Rob McDaniels was the host. I met Lord Jamal from Brand Nubian that night. And the journalist Sincere. Shout out to Sincere. Yeah, that's the only show I went to since the pandemic. They got like a shitload of shows coming next year though.
Yeah, I actually told him that Janet Jackson tickets were pricey as a motherfucker.
Yeah, $600. Come on, Janet.
I'm like, Janet.
I've already seen Ludacris. I've never seen Janet Jackson though.
Shit, I never seen both.
But Luda was good. Luda is good live. Janet, I've never seen Janet. I want to see Janet, but not for 600.
And then Beyonce and Rihanna are going on tour. Anita Baker's going on tour too. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, let me see that. Anita
Yeah.
Baker, ooh.
New Edition, Keith Sweat, Guy.
All these black artists going on tour, man. I like it.
I do. Now's the time to see them. And once they gone, they gone. Favorite music video, music video. I mean, any video that they played was great. Any video, it don't even matter because they always played the underground shit. They played world premiered shit.
You know what? I might go to the Maryland. I'm gonna see if the Maryland tickets for Anita Baker. It's been a while since I went to Maryland and shit.
Right.
Oh wow, $120 something. Oh wow.
I ain't been down there in a minute. What they having in there? What part?
Hold on, let me show it. The CFG Bank Arena.
Oh.
I like me some Anita Baker.
Yeah, a legend. Definitely go see her now, man. Once she's gone, that's it.
You don't say that.
Isn't this like her last tour?
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. I mean, that's it. She could be like, yo, this is it. I'm retiring. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So go see her now,
Oh, these Janet Jackson tickets are cheap. Hold up. The one
They
for
cheap out there.
Georgia.
They cheap out
130. Oh shit. Yo, hold up. I might go to
They
this.
100 and something out there, and over here she wants 600.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm shit. Yeah, this might be my next trip because since stupid motherfuckers like Diddy and Mace fucked up the other one, I'm like fucked up.
Right.
Fuck them.
Crazy, bro. Yeah, rest in peace, Granddaddy IU. I heard about that.
Yeah, rest in peace. Oh wait, actually no, these seats are horrible. It's all the way in the back. Hell no.
Well, that's why it's 100 and something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because the good seats cost money. The nosebleed seats will be the cheapest ones.
You know what? I might make it work. I'm gonna try to make it work.
You gonna take binoculars with you?
Hell no. Actually, I can do 200. Hold up. Shit, I'm trying to get Janet Sweat and shit. Fuck. Yeah, the max I'll do is 220. That's the max. But yeah, I'm gonna end this off right here. I'm about to get some work done tonight. So a few announcements I want to make. So in the next 2 weeks, we're gonna talk about All in the Family. All in the Family breakdown and shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Something I actually like. That I actually watched. Wow.
Right, surprising, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then Wednesday at 11, we're gonna talk about Too Short's "Can't Stay Away" album. I really can't wait to talk about that one and shit too.
That's gonna be the first time I ever listened to a Tupac Too Short album.
Really?
Yeah. I know his songs. I never listened to none of his albums though.
Well, hopefully you'll like it.
Right. We'll see. We'll see.
Other than that, he said we'll see.
We'll see.
Other than that, hope everyone has a good night and shit. In case you haven't listened, we did the 4 Non-Blonde. Bigger. I think it's called Bigger, Better. What the fuck am I doing?
Bigger,
Bigger,
better, faster, more.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys have a good day. Appreciate this try as usual.
All
I'll
right.
see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.